Falcon fans, Trey Lance to Atlanta?
What?
Fans, what it do? It's your boy Chase back with another banger with my boy Philip. Philip, what's good, brother?
What's good, baby?
Bringing you a little pop-up show here on a Friday. Dirty Fanatics United's first ever Friday night show. Hoping some viewers stop by and drop some Falcon content, some comments, so we can chat about this team we all love. Philip, how's your week been, brother? It's been what? I think it was Sunday or Monday since we last went live.
Monday, but it's been a good week. Just been doing certain things here and there.
That's what's up.
Been a busy week.
It's been a pretty busy week for me as well. I've been working all week, and then I had Wednesday off. We had a baby doctor's checkup appointment, so that all went well. So shout out to that, and praise the good man above. So definitely been a good week. Can't complain. Sitting here on the laptop about to talk some Falcon football. So shout out to that. Before we hit up on our topics, we'll go ahead and give them a rundown on what we're talking about today, Philip. Trey Lance to Atlanta, Jalen Hawkins, and Jeff Okudah. Bijan impresses on day one. Marcus Mariota, quarterback on Netflix. Got a little breakdown on that. And Grady Jarrett, once again, man, fabulous star Grady Jarrett back on Good Morning Football, giving Ritter some love. So we're going to break it down from the top. Philip, if you got anything else you want to add to this show, go ahead and do so. Whenever, just insert it. You know how we do it over here. We just talk with Falcon. Number one from the jump, Trey Lance to Atlanta, Philip? Trey Lance to Atlanta? Do what? Your thoughts on the rumors going around the NFL, and what do you think about this? Every year it's something. I'm gonna throw up the article that hit Twitter. I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday. Hit Twitter.
Says, I want to believe Wednesday.
Go ahead and give me your thoughts on that, Philip, while I sit here and read out this article.
Personally, I have only seen this maybe once on like Twitter itself, and then maybe a couple times on Facebook. Whether I don't know if it's true or true or not. I mean, personally, I don't think we would. I just don't think we're heading into that direction and trying to inquire him to our team,
right?
Because I feel like they're fine with Ritter and having Heineke as backup. I don't really see them going out of their way just to inquire him in a trade, especially to bring him to Atlanta. I just don't see that happening.
Well, CJ Golson says, breaking news per source, the Atlanta Falcons reached out to San Francisco 49ers on Monday inquiring about the availability of quarterback Trey Lance. I'm told that while nothing is imminent at this time, San Francisco has been discussing the possibility of trading Trey Lance internally. My thoughts on that, just a little rundown on that. Who knows? Every year it's a rumor. Last year it was a rumor that we were inquiring Trey Lance. We were talking to Trey Lance about trade. So, I mean, personally, I don't believe it's a thing that we're going to be talking about here in the next couple of weeks. I think it's just a hot topic right now. I think Desmond Ritter is the guy going forward, and Taylor Heineke is that guy with the experience. Taylor Heineke is a guy just a year ago went 20 for 15 touchdowns to interception ratio with I think it was like 300 yards short from 4,000 yard season. So Taylor Heineke's got the experience in the NFL, and Desmond Ritter showed in 4 games what he could do. So I honestly think if quarterback was an issue, I think when Lamar Jackson was out there, if the Falcons really wanted to shore up that quarterback spot, Lamar Jackson would have been that move. Because you know as well as I do, Philip, next year in free agency, if you were really still trying to build a team and you wanted to get that franchise quarterback, after this year, next year, we got more money than we had this year, and we balled out in free agency. But just with the Trey Lance situation, I'm not saying he wouldn't be a nice fit in A because he does fit that type of schema offense. He hasn't really been able to play in the NFL. He got hurt. He did kind of decent his very first couple games, but it was very mediocre. Nothing more than what a rookie would do. So Trey Lance to Atlanta, I think it's just too. I think it's a little bit of a hype segment.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Would you agree?
I agree. I don't really see that happening.
Going to run into the comment section right here. Philip, chat is popping off on a Friday night, cuz.
Hey, man. Just trying to
Let's see what we got here. Start from the top. My boy Lee Miller in the building at 8:01. Early bird riser. Lee Miller, what's up, brother? Checking in. Marcus Boyd, he said, what's up, Chase and Philip? What's good, Marcus? Appreciate you stopping by, bro. If you're here in the live, actually, drop a 1 in the chat. We're doing a free raffle on a Falcons, either a Falcons bucket hat or a Falcons draft cap. We haven't actually purchased the item yet. We're still deciding on what to get. So leave a comment in the comment section of what you would prefer. Me or Philip, one of us is going to take the hat to training camp because we will be there live in person. And we're going to try to get this thing filled up with signatures for you all the way from Bijan to Drake to Desmond.
Kind of like the ball in the
back. The new Falcon team, the new franchise, the new up-and-coming people. So make sure you drop that 1 so I can write you down on paper and that free raffle. Let's see. 95 North Talk Show. What's good, Alberto? What's good, brother? Nothing but love over there on Alberto. I was supposed to, Philip, actually go on Alberto's show this week, but crazy schedule. Been busy. Had to work late. So shout out to Alberto, who's actually going to have us on. So shout out to him. Let's see here. Marcus Boyd said the Falconator episode was dope. Appreciate that, Marcus.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate that, bro. We were very excited over here about that episode because our very first special guest. So that meant a lot for the Falconator to stop by and chat it up with 2 Baxi boys. Miss Kiki said, what's up, bro? What's up, Kiki? Carrie said, what's up, Chase and Philip? Finally caught the show live. Happy Friday, everyone. Watching the Braves dominate. Let's go, Braves. Chop on.
Do it for the A, baby.
Kiki said, how y'all doing?
I'm doing great. I'm blessed. Couldn't be any better.
Blessed is what it is, cuz.
Couldn't be any better.
Jumping back to the subjects real quick. Philip, something we've talked about here a couple of times, actually, but his name seems to find his way back to my notebook. Jalen Hawkins. Jalen Hawkins, only because I'm a big fan of Jalen Hawkins. I support Jalen Hawkins, but Jalen Hawkins and another name that I got to throw in there, Jeff Okudah. 2 names that are battling this year that are really battling for a starting position, and one's battling to even probably make the team. Your thoughts on that, and what do you think Jalen Hawkins does this year? Does Jalen Hawkins stay as a rotational piece? Is it peace out Jalen Hawkins, or is he gonna find his way and fight back for that starting position? Chat, let me know what you think.
Okay, so I don't see Jalen Hawkins getting booted. I don't see that really happening because he has his moments, and a lot of times it's came in and big, helped us a lot, honestly. So I don't really see that happening. If anything, I do see him as a rotational guy.
Who's you talking, Jalen?
Jalen Hawkins, yeah, I do see him as the rotational guy, which ain't bad because we're running different sets from what I've been hearing on defense. We're not going to run the same.
Ryan Nelson is a multiple phase defensive coach. He can run it all, and he's going to do it all. We've seen it twice a year from the New Orleans Saints for damn near 4 or 5 seasons. It's been pretty ugly. We've seen it, and it's time for Atlanta to come out here and make that defense our defense. So
No.
Shout out to Ryan Nelson and talking about Jalen Hawkins. Jalen Hawkins, man, the defense is so stacked. Me and you were just going over the cornerback list, and you was
It's
talking
crazy.
at least 5 minutes just reading the depth chart out. So he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of people to battle with. It's going to be a good training camp. Like I said, I do not want to be Terry or Arthur Smith when it comes to this cuts.
Right.
A lot of cuts, a lot of hard decisions to make because all these players, man. Shout out to Jalen
Capable.
Hawkins. No disrespect to Jalen Hawkins because, like I said, I rock with Jalen Hawkins. Lightning season came to the A.
Cool guy.
And just a quick touch on Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah's battling for that cornerback too. If Jeff Okudah could get back to what he was in college with Ohio,
Stay healthy. I feel like he's
with a Terrell and a Jeff Okudah and at 100%, man. Phil, your thoughts on Jeff Okudah's college career and what he's done in the NFL?
So, of course, the guy fully 100% healthy. He's not a slouch at all. He could be up there with AJ Terrell, your Sauce Gardners and all of them up there, top guys at the cornerback position. But he's got to stay healthy, and if I feel like if he does, he's fully healthy and everything, I do see him taking that, cornerback 2 position.
Yeah, no doubt.
I do see that happening.
Yeah,
but
he's a starter in this league. He's a starter in this league, and he had a rough patch in Detroit because so much was weighed upon him coming out as a rookie, such a high draft pick for them, and such a shit team that he was on. So a lot was on his back, and he had to do it by himself. So he got hurt, and he came out after this last injury, man. He came out and was really balling in Detroit, but Detroit didn't have that commitment to re-sign him because of how injured he stayed throughout his career. That's the reason why Jeff Okudah was released. It wasn't because he was trash. It's because they couldn't have a commitment with a player that stayed hurt. And totally understandable. It's a business, and Atlanta Falcons do it all the time. It's something that happens. So no knock at Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah, I believe, will be cornerback 2 right there with AJ Terrell, and then hoping to see a lot of D. Alford this year at D. Alford and Mike Hughes. That's a huge battle that's going on right now. Philip, who wins that battle, D. Alford or Mike Hughes?
I'm going with the boy D. Alford. I feel like he takes it.
I can
no disrespect to Mike Hughes because he be doing his thing too. I feel like Alford is going to take that spot.
Philip, we got some ones in the chat, bro. We got some. Marcus Boyd was our very first one, actually. Shout out to Marcus. Kerry dropped a 1. Stormy Sapp said, Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Rise up. Rise up. My boy Berto entered the free raffle. He dropped a 1. Shout out, Berto. Let's see. Marcus Boyd said he's going to fight for that role. He commented this when we were talking about Jalen Hawkins. He said he's going to fight for that role. The competition is thick. It is very thick, Marcus. And, you talk about the competition being so thick. That's really a good thing because last year coming into the season, you didn't know who was starting left guard. You didn't know that Caleb McGarry was going to get his starting position. There was a lot of stuff that was going on that we were unsure of going into the season. Philip, your thoughts on being too thick of a team with having hard cuts to make, or would you rather be a team that has every position battling? I mean, it sounds like a dumb question, but what your thoughts?
Don't get me wrong. There is a lot. I love the position we're in. I'm going to take this position in right now because that says a lot about your team. If you're having to get rid of great players, like some really good players, that means something. And that's a good sign. That's a good sign to a great future. And that's, so I'd rather be in this position than what we were in this previous, because that was.
Facts.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the past.
Facts. Not to have to worry about who's receiver 2. Because I mean, that's still a question. That's a bad thing to lead off of because that's still a question. But is it really? I mean, we got Bijan, people. We got Bijan. It ain't even a question. So receiver 2, yeah, it's just like. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about the only position that you're going into the season worrying about is left guard.
I feel like that wide receiver
You're not
two.
even worried. Yeah. There's a
That's just.
battle there. Yeah,
I feel like
that's like
that
that's
wide
like a
receiver
float
two
piece. Yeah, that's
is
like a
just
float.
to give people a little bit of hope and say, "Oh, this guy's got this," you know.
Right.
But it's not. If you're deep down and think about it, it's not that bad.
Right.
But it's just, yeah, it's just
If
that type of.
you look at the left guard spot and you talk about a battle, that being the only really true battle other than nickel with D and Mike, a couple battling there at cornerback, but left guard would be the biggest gap you have going into the season. Who wins that battle, Philip? Matt Bergeron or Matt Hennessy?
I'll say Bergeron
Bergeron.
because I feel like
Bergeron
they.
was a very
Yeah,
very successful run blocker in college. So hopefully he carries that over to in the NFL with already I believe I saw a post where they be ranked top 12 or top 10. I think it was definitely top 10. Top 10 in the run game, offensive line. So coming
top
into
10.
the season with Bijan Robinson, man, and then adding a Bergeron that's already a run game blocking freak. Sheesh.
Yeah, and you already got
Sheesh.
Algier.
Lee Miller with the one in the chat. What's good, Lee? Carrie said Arthur Smith loves competition. It's how you get the best player out there starting.
Exactly.
Love the battles at every position. Keep everyone at their best, but I'm not ready for some of these roster cuts. Very true.
Exactly.
A lot of hard cuts to make.
But it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. It is a good thing. We just bet down it is a very good thing.
It gives us a reason to be hopeful.
Stay where you're at. Don't leave the chat. Got to drop an ad for W. Code Dirty Birds, get a 10% off. All 10% off. We get like a teeny tiny 5%, little bit something from any tub that you buy from W. It's a Jitless energy drink, all natural blend. Pretty good. I mean, I don't drink energy drinks crazy, but W, check them out, man. All kinds of crazy flavors, good flavors.
Be a W.
But shout out to W for our first ever sponsor. Hopefully they have a bigger name here in the future. So hit that sub button. We've been growing tremendously from 127 2 weeks ago to 145 today. So 144, 145, 1 or 2. But shout out to everybody that showed love, commented, and liked and shared and have viewed our videos. Philip, bouncing on to the next subject, Bijan impresses on day one. And the reason why I say this is because I read an article today, right from the jump when Bijan was called from the Falcons. This man wanted every offensive lineman's phone number so he could text them a text message. And Chris Lindstrom said that text says, let's see, he says he's been pretty amazing to be around in the building. That's what Lindstrom said. He said his teammate Bijan Robinson. Hold up, man, I done missed. He said this is what it said. He said that he's really happy to work with all of us. A rookie,
Outstanding guy.
Texas his O lineman on draft night and lets him know that he's ready to start getting work. Philip, you're also on that type of player that makes Bijan. Let me know.
That's an outstanding guy. Let's just be honest. What other kind of rookie's really doing that, honestly? I mean, because most of them are just on that type of night, most of them just happy with their own personal family, and they're just having a good time with that, So to me, he's taking a time out just to say that to every single lineman, which is literally all of them on his big night. So that's just an outstanding guy, bro. Shout
out to Bijan. It just shows his work ethic.
It shows what kind of player
how he's going to come in the building and he's ready to work, man. Bijan's that player that really wants to get that ring. He wasn't chasing the bag, chasing the jewelry. He wants that Super Bowl ring. So shout out to Bijan. Hitting the chat real quick one more time. Chat, man. We appreciate y'all keeping it popping with us tonight. Kerry says, I feel like I'm one of the only people not worried about the receiver room. We got so many players. You can play multiple positions. Cordell Patterson, Pitts, Bijan are all technically not receivers, but can play there. Philip, your thoughts on that and just how stacked we are as a team this year?
I mean, I have to agree. I'm not really worried, to be honest with you. Not what the pieces that we got, because just for them three players, just to think about it, we also have Johnu Smith. You know, kind of like a Kyle
Johnny
Pitts too.
Smith is a sleeper, bro. Yeah, he is a Kyle
Exactly.
Pitts too, just not as fast. He's definitely a Kyle Pitts,
Yeah, like
bro.
that. Like you got a guy that can do basically everything Pitts can do and run like blocks good too. Uh, just honestly, I'm not really too worried about what we got in that scenario because I feel like I have to agree. I feel like we're pretty confident in them in players.
No, yeah, Bijan Robinson wasn't that high reception catcher in Texas, but when
Boy
he
got some
called him,
hands.
but
That boy got some
when he
hands.
was called on to go catch the ball, Bijan Robinson came down with the damn ball, and that's what we want on the Atlanta Falcons. So Bijan's going to open up a lot in the passing game, and I'm really excited to see Desmond Ritter behind this offense. This offense, Philip, is gonna be a pass. People say it's gonna be run heavy. They say it's gonna be run heavy. Cool,
Ah,
whatever. But this is gonna be a passing offense, bro. This is gonna be a 50-50. I mean, you can't really give them the name passing offense because of how stout the run game is. But it's just gonna be an all-around team, bro. Like you're
good
gonna be
mixture.
able to play whatever you want to play, and that's
Mm-hmm.
huge. That brings me to my next subject here because this one I want to see Ritter succeed in the NFL, and I want to see Ritter start getting some damn love from the Atlanta Falcon fans and the media. I'm tired of seeing all the trash about Desmond Ritter because Desmond Ritter's got to be given a chance before we can bash him, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Not shooting no shots to anybody, just how I feel on the situation.
Can I get an amen?
Will Desmond Ritter go over or under 2,600 passing yards, Philip?
I'm going over.
I gotta say over as well. I would like to see Ritter hit the 3,000 mark this year. Coming into year two with all these targets being able to air it out. Chat, let me know what you think Desmond Ritter passes this year in passing yards. Is he over 2,600 or is he over? Is he over 2,600 or is he under? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know. My boy Alberto said, shout out to Bubble Gump in the chat. My boy Alberto said, Bergeron is a dog, bro.
That's how I'm going. I'm going Bergeron.
Talking about Bijan here, he says, shows his love of team, classy rookie. Facts. Bubba said, Kerry, I don't understand why so many people are worried about receiver too. Can't quite figure it out either, Bubba. Like Kerry said, we're stacked with targets.
Mm-hmm.
Philip broke it down just a minute ago. We got so many targets on this offense. It's really crazy at the amount of damage that this offense and points this team can put up this year because last year we still seemed to put up a pretty good bit of points. But like,
yeah,
we were still scoring 20s and above with Mariota. You know what I mean? And we got even more targets this year than we had last year. Not to mention they say Drake London's coming back a totally different animal this year. They said Drake London's coming with no sleeves. He ain't dropping the ball no more. We ain't fumbling the ball no more. We in New Orleans on the 10-yard line. We ain't dropping the ball no more.
Do your thing.
Sleeves. Shout out Drake London. I had to throw that out there because damn it, man, Ritter was about to come back and win that game, dude. They knew it. Everybody in that building knew it. Everybody knew it.
I had a moment.
Marcus Boyd said, I just reviewed the last game highlights of Ritter and he passes to London. Facts. It was a magical. If he could continue to make the connection with London, we have nothing to worry about. Very true, man. We talked about it on One Time for the Fan about the amount of yards that Ritter and Drake put up together in the last 4 games.
And perfect timing.
Crazy. Drake London led the most catches from those last 4 games with Drake London than any rookie did those last 4 games. That's huge stats.
And they were on time throws too. Like it was just a perfect right on spot.
Yeah, there was a play that the one that was the first one that they thought was an interception against the Saints when it was on the sideline that they called back. He was out of bounds. Bro, I can't remember who it was. I can't remember who the pass was to, but if you go back and put it in slow motion, dude, it goes slap through his hands. Like, I mean, Ritter put that thing in a freaking window that no other.
It was
I
Hesse.
don't think anybody else could have.
Because I remember watching that here.
Hesse,
Yeah,
Parker Hesse.
it was Hesse.
That's right.
Because I was thinking, how do you drop that?
Completely agree. Bijan was not only best player available at 8, but he's Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot's type of player in regards to his character. They are big
Yeah,
on
boy.
finding the right guys for the locker room. You can tell he's a good guy. Facts. We love Bijan over here. Philip, heading to our next subject. Marcus Mariota on quarterbacks. And if have you been able to watch any of that yet?
I haven't had time, but I was thinking about starting that literally tonight. I want to see
I miss football so much, dude. I binged the
I
whole
want to see
damn
how
show.
it plays out, like what's going on with it.
Yeah,
I love football, so I want to see what it's like.
Yeah, it's dope to have something to watch like that in the off season. Anyway, I feel like it's been forever since we've had any kind of football content, other than, of course, content creators. Atlanta Falcon content creators, Alberto, Smitty, One Time for the Fan, Out of Your Falcon Mind, Big Low Country, Mad Mike, a couple more. So shout out to everybody that's pushing Atlanta Falcon content. And if I forgot anybody, there's just too many. Shout out to
every Atlanta Falcons content creator. There you go.
On quarterbacks on Netflix, man, they kind of do that boy Mariota dirty, bro. I mean, but he did himself. You know what I mean? A lot of the game, it just shows a lot of the games that we were in were lost because of Mariota. And it's sad to say that because week 1, all he had to do was gain a yard, and he fumbles the ball.
Not only that, so many passes to Kyle Pitts, overthrown,
the
wide
LA
open.
Rams game where he throws an interception, where Drake London's open. Drake London's open in the fade in the back right corner of the touchdown. Just stuff like that. Yeah, go check it out and just look at. He also gives his reasoning of why he left Atlanta and what happened there. It was supposedly not meant.
I did see something
judgment.
About that.
It was just supposedly out of love, and he had his daughter, and at that moment he had to go. But he hates that it had to be that narrative. But I hate that Ritter didn't get the mentoring that he needed at that rookie level. So tomatoes. On to the next subject. Grady Jarrett, celebrity superstar Grady Jarrett, on Good Morning Football, just talking straight love about Desmond Ritter. Philip, your thoughts on that?
Okay, so I watched it live actually. Hearing him speak, it's more as he's respecting Ritter because Ritter Ritter is showing honestly Ritter is showing love to everyone else. Okay, from what Grady was explaining, he's confident. What Grady is saying, he's the hype. Ritter is actually the hype of the team right now. He's hyping them boys up. He's being a leader. That's something that we're not being shown or anything until he said that, I think, Wednesday morning on Good Morning Football. And I just feel like we need to start seeing that more because that's going to be our guy. Right. I just feel like that's going to be our guy. We got to start seeing more of him. So shout out to Grady for honestly putting it out there that Ritter's actually being that leader and being the guy that what we need, honestly.
Right, being that veteran presence
and showing him love for that.
Yeah. Shout out Desmond Ritter, man. Desmond Ritter, like Kerry talked about here in the chat about Bijan carries that character of a guy that the Falcons wanted, and Desmond Ritter is another guy that very well did. Desmond Ritter, year 1 to the NFL, already has a baby, already married, very mature, knows how to answer to the media. People don't realize how much scouts look into media questions. Like when they scout these players, like people don't realize how much they actually look into this type of stuff. So shout out to Ritter that can do it, and man, nothing but good vibes and hell of luck to Ritter this season. I hope he thrives, and I hope Ritter's the franchise quarterback that Matt Ryan once was for this franchise.
Right.
So hopefully Ritter comes in here and we no longer have this question next year of who's going to be the Atlanta Falcons quarterback. With that coming in, Philip, man, I appreciate you coming in Friday night and talking some Falcon football with me. We are about to wrap this thing up. We've hit about every subject that we've talked about. Do you have anything you want to add? Any shout outs? Shout out, give out your link to your Twitch or whatever. Just let people know where they can find you. Any shout outs, let them know.
If you want to chance to check me out, go on Twitch, Avut, AVUT, basically my name right here. Look me up on Twitch. I do stream a couple games, Fortnite, Overwatch, certain things. If you want to check me out, it'd be drop a follow. That'd be appreciated. Thankful and everything. So, shout outs, my daily one. Shout out for everybody in the chat.
Right.
Shout out to you. Shout out for the show. Shout out to God Himself for blessing us to be here. Just
very true.
All that thing, types of nature and all that.
Also, shout out to Dubby.
Shout out to Dubby.
If you check out Dubby, use Dirty Birds with a capital S, all caps. It's all cap, Dirty Birds with an S. We would greatly appreciate it because it helps us here at the channel grow to push more content for y'all. And stay tuned, man. We got a lot more coming to this platform because we're going to be live with it this year. We're not going to be a sit-at-home podcast. We're going to be on the road. We're going to be in New Orleans. We're going to be in Atlanta, possibly Tennessee, a couple more road games. So stay tuned, man. We got a lot coming at you this way. Anybody that's been in the chat, we greatly appreciate y'all coming through because y'all don't realize how much that helps us just keep something going, keep talking about it. Y'all help us add to our subjects. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that dropped a one. I will be giving a date on the raffle pretty soon. Philip, let's plan to go live. You want to go live Sunday at 7?
Sounds good.
Tune in Sunday at 7. We will be live here at YouTube. I got to figure out what's going on with Facebook because it's not letting me post my Facebook. It just keeps saying I posted on Facebook and then it says it's a private event. So if I don't go through and invite every single person, you can't watch it. So right now we're just streaming on YouTube. I'll eventually get it figured out. But anybody that came through and dropped a one in the chat, stay tuned for the raffle because it will be coming up. I would say right after training camp, like maybe a week or so after training camps, just so we can get time to get some
signatures and then sent to you.
And also, if you share, you got to be subscribed. Be subscribed to win. You have to send in the screenshot of your subscription or whatever, and we'll get the hat sent out to you. But also, if you like, share, and comment, there's going to be like a bonus.
Tell your friends.
Added to it. Yeah, tell your friends. If you get people to come over and subscribe, tell them to let us know they subscribe through you.
If they want some free Falcons merch.
I don't know. We'll add you another tick into the free raffle or something. So check us out here at Dirty Fanatics United. Drop a one in the chat if you check this video out later. Drop a one in the chat. I want to give a thanks to everybody that tuned in, everybody that watched us throughout the whole show. Shout out once again to Dubby. Shout out to Atlanta Falcons. And Philip, that's about it, man. This is your boy Chase.
A-Town down.